Hi, this is Wolfphototech, and this is a really quick video. But rumor just went down the line. Shut up, Pierce. The rumor, yeah, the rumor is Pierce. Shut up. But the rumor just went down the line that, according to a company called Numera Securities, the according to a company called Numera Securities, Nintendo might be giving us a little view of what the NX is sometime around March and May, and basic concept of it. So they're basically going to say this is the idea the idea behind what the NX is. And then the rumor goes on to say a proper unveiling of the NX will be sometime around June, with a October release of the Nintendo NX. And that is basically the rumor as it is, and there's not much more details than that, but damn, that is a really tight turnaround schedule right there. It is almost too quick. Last time Nintendo had a turnaround schedule this quick was with the Wii U, and that makes me nervous. But let's move along. I have another video planned up on part 2 of Final Fantasy. It's getting episodic, coming forward very shortly. I have all my notes written down about it. But back to the NX thing. Well, seriously, feels almost too soon. We have just late last year, we just passed the 3rd-year birthday of the Nintendo Wii U. And if the NX comes out October, November, that'll be the 4th birthday of the Wii U. And that be a little on the early side. Shigeru Miyamoto did say that Pikmin 4 was nearing completion, and Legend of Zelda U was also pushed. The fact that Legend of Zelda U is also pushed back until later this year. It could very reasonably be stipulated, if this rumor is true, Pikmin will be a early launch game for the NX, which, if anything, is the standard habit. The standard pattern for Pikmin is always along within that early launch game. Pikmin 2, no, not Pikmin. I screwed up. I think I said Pikmin 3, or it's actually Pikmin 4. But Pikmin 1, the first original Pikmin, was a early launch game for the Nintendo GameCube. Pikmin 2 was a sequel that came later on the GameCube. Pikmin 3 was a launch game, I do believe, for the Nintendo Wii U. Or was it the Nintendo Wii? Can't remember. My brain is like, but I know the GameCube one was a launch game, and then there was a sequel later, and then for there was also the new play control ones of Pikmin 1 and 2 for the Wii, and then I think Pikmin 3 was an early game on the Wii U. I never touched Pikmin 3. Yeah, I can't remember. Someone please correct me in the comments, if someone actually does comment in my videos, besides me and like Turnabout Games or one other person. I have no problem with people correcting me. I can't remember exactly. But if Pikmin 4 is nearing completion and the NX is actually going to come out this year, according to this rumor, this is a rumor from Nomura Securities. I don't know who Nomura Securities is, so seriously. But Pikmin 4 is nearing completion. NX is coming. Pikmin games normally come out at launch of a new system. That is the normal pattern, or near in the first year. We had Zelda U pushed back into launch position for which almost could be a bridge game for the Wii U and the NX, like Twilight Princess was with the GameCube and the Wii. What are the odds that the Wii U version is going to be the best version, just like the GameCube version of Twilight Princess, huh? Oh yeah, I I I collected everything in that game, seriously. I think that was one of the last major Zelda titles that I basically completed everything completely besides Mimish Cap. And Phantom Hourglass. Phantom Hourglass was another game I completely demolished. I only played halfway through Spirit Tracks. And the same thing with Skyward Sword. I only played halfway through that game. I need to go back to those games. I got too many other games. Just like my last video, I got too many games. I don't have enough time to play them all. Well, oh. Yeah, just show off my Gizmo shirt for a moment there, but yeah. Probability is a Pikmin 4 for launch on NX. Zelda U. The Animal Crossing team did light hit it with Amiibo Festival. And the last Animal Crossing game that was released was Animal Crossing New Leaf last year. Not New Leaf. Happy Home Designer last year. It was 2 years before. Sometime before with gotta look. Yeah, yay, crap ball. I know it was last year with I know Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer came out late last year. I'm just looking for Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing New Leaf was a 2013 game. Enjoyed the crap out of it. It's the best mobile version of Animal Crossing there is. So 2013, and we had Happy Home Designer last year. You know what'd be also cool is if we got Smash Brothers NX version, basically the definitive edition of the 3DS version and the Wii U version on NX. So Pikmin 3 is most probable. There's a high chance of a Mario game because Shigeru Miyamoto kept pointing hints in that direction, but without ever actually saying exactly. Most likely another Mario Galaxy, possibly Mario Galaxy 3. And Zelda U doing the bridge thing again. Wow. Well, if the rumor's true, look to March and May for a Nintendo concept unveiling of the Nintendo NX, and then again in June for a proper reveal, and October, November for the release. I'm thinking that October would most likely be the Japan release, and November would be the American release. And here's to hoping that the NX is a powerful system, at least beating out the PS4 and the Xbox 360 by at minimal by 25% more power. Minimal 25%. Ideally, maybe 1.5 times the power of the PS4, Xbox, or 1.75 times PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Somewhere in there. Maybe up to 2 times the power. Which is perfectly feasible because Sony and Microsoft, this round of gaming, went on the low end of power scale. So if Nintendo actually did wanted to do like a Super Nintendo situation where they release a system that is a lot more powerful than their opponents, they could do so, and they could do so economically. So I'm going to take the last few minutes here in this video and throw some ideas out on the NX because I haven't done a video on that yet. From what I know, from all the patents, that there is rumors of clickable shoulders, rotatable like dials in the shoulders of the controller, and they'll be clickable like the GameCube controllers too, and the potential of a free-form screen on the surface of the controller. I am not going to overread into the image that Nintendo used for the patent. I know better than that. I am not going to read too far into that. That is just the basic idea of the controller. There is also potentiality that the controller itself will have its own internal processing unit and its own little CPU or APU GPU combination hybrid. Oh, a CPU and a GPU hybrid is called an APU. I really don't like that term because how about a sound processor or audio processor? You call that an SPU or a APU of audio processor. So yeah, we should do some cleaning of the concepts here. But hmm, yeah. And then there is the other patent states the NX will have cloud connectivity and can have cloud processing, so it can access other NX based devices around the world for extra processing power. Which with my internet would be completely pointless to me because my internet is expensive as fuck just to turn it on. So, which gets into the next point on the patent that the NX has the ability to utilize processing power of its controllers or other devices in the NX family connected to the NX. And that is awesome too because I'll just go out and buy a whole bunch of controllers and plug them in for the extra processing power. And then there's also another patent that indicates that Nintendo is potentially going back to a game card or cartridge concept. Now, Last time we talked, last time people talked about a cartridge concept was seriously, well, besides the Coleco retro VGS as console, so that keeps popping up, or other stupid crap like that, was back with the Atari Jaguar and the Nintendo 64. And the problem at that time was cartridges could hold less memory than a CD. And at that time, it was also incredibly expensive to manufacture a cartridge. However, a cartridge has an added advantage. They could directly connect into the uh, computers, directly into the motherboard of the system. So it essentially becomes a part of the video game system itself. And that improves processing, information transmission speed, and everything else. And it also allows for developers to include processing chips or extra features in the cartridge, which then boost the system's processing power significantly more. Remember the for the Super Nintendo called the Super FX chip? Well, that is not an original. That is an idea for that system, but that is actually not a new idea. Nintendo has been doing that for ages. Uh, a lot of NES games, like Super. Think about this here. Super Mario Brothers, the original Super Mario Brothers, is near maximum processing power capacity for the Nintendo Entertainment System. You imagine all the games that have amazing graphics beyond Super Mario Brothers. How those games do that is often by an extra set of chips, single chip or multiple chips, in the cartridge that add extra processing power and features or audio processing. The NES, if I remember, only has 4 channels, 4 audio channels. It was not unusual for Konami, fuck Konami now, uh, Konami and Capcom to include special audio chips in their cartridges that added an extra channel or an extra 2 channels or an extra 4 channels to their games. And that is also why the music for, say, games like Castlevania and the later Mega Mans and Contra is so awesome, because there's often a little booster chip that adds just a little more magic to the game. And that is an awesome concept right there. And if Nintendo goes back to cartridges, they can utilize that concept once again. They can make a moderately powerful system and put extra RAM in the cartridge, or put a audio chip that adds more features or coding options to the system in the cartridge. Also, they could also have a large storage area in the cartridge for game saves and patches, or DLC, or various other little updates. So that is another awesome possibility right there that cartridges can do that CDs cannot do. But there is also a major change in the video gaming landscape. I have to adjust. And there is the fact that back in the days of the N64 and the PlayStation, CDs and even DVDs for quite some time could easily store more data than a cartridge. That is no longer the case. That is no longer the case anymore. You have micro SD cards with flash memory. And I've personally seen SD cards with 128 gigabyte capacities. I have literally seen personally SD cards with 128 capacity. I know of the existence of 256 and 512 capacity SD cards. The actual capacity of a Blu-ray disc that a PS4 can read. There's actually a few different variations of Blu-ray discs that have different capacities. The maximum capacity a Blu-ray disc that a PS4 can use is 50 gigabytes. According to all the sources I did research on while researching the Final Fantasy VII feasibility of we have to put you have to make this game in episodes because it literally will not fit on a disc. And I'll leave the answer to that. Yeah, I will leave the answer to my findings on that in my next Final Fantasy video. I'll bring it up, okay? But now cartridges in theory now, not even theory, it's straight up fact now. Cartridges can hold way more memory, more information than a Blu-ray can ever hope to hold. An SD card I actually know of can actually go up to 512 plus gigabytes. I think there's actually a terabyte SD card out there or something. I don't know who makes it or something like that. But seriously, think about that. If Nintendo makes a cartridge, they could actually use they can use flash memory technology and a few other things in it that essentially can make the cartridge have somewhere around 128 or 512 gigabytes, and that is basically 10 Blu-ray discs right there. 500 gigabytes is 10 Blu-ray discs. Nintendo could easily make cartridges now that hold way more than a Blu-ray disc. Part of me says, according also based on the recent addition of Cloud to Super Smash Bros., that Final Fantasy VII will possibly going to the NX. And it could be what's called, I like to call it the ironic twist of fate, or the ironic, almost cosmic symmetricality of the universe in the video gaming industry, because Square Enix held off so incredibly long now. They waited to the point where Sony has a disc-based system and they're making Final Fantasy VII Remake. They're making Final Fantasy VII Remake, Square Enix. And their explanation for why they had to make it episodic, make it in episodes, is because the Blu-ray discs cannot hold enough information for the game. And then potentially Nintendo is releasing a new cartridge system that, if Nintendo sets it up right, could hold a terabyte of game data in the cartridge. There's this little potentiality that's, Square Enix planned this as a heinous, funny, funny joke that, you know what, we said we were going to make Final Fantasy VII Remake for the PlayStation 4. However, because we have to make the game in chunks, the Blu-ray discs will not hold enough of the game to allow us to make the game we want to make. So, we're going to release it on the Nintendo NX instead. Or possibly Square Enix is going to just simply release Final Fantasy VII in $20 installments or $30 installments for the PlayStation 4. But if you wait, we will release the entire game in a $60 cartridge for the Nintendo NX. You can either buy 5 installments of Final Fantasy VII at $30 each, or you can wait for the NX version for $60 with the complete experience of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Think about that one. Well, thank you for watching my video. The video has gone really long here. It's over 27 minutes. So, please vote, comment, and please subscribe to my channel. Have a wonderful day.